There we go. All right. So for today, we are going to start off with these three. Well, I guess they're quizzes, but they're basically just vocab cards for the vocab for lesson 3.
Course.
Now, did that come through as far as, let me share the sound as well so that, there we go.
Course.
Yeah.
That's the drinking cup.
Ohel. Ohel.
Oh, that's the tent.
Mhm.
Bite.
That's the
Bite.
house. The house.
Eretz. Eretz.
Land.
Land.
And which one?
Oh, that's a good question.
Eretz.
Would it
One
be
of
like singular land?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep. And so we're talking about land as in kind of like a field or the actual earth, right? Versus eratzot or aratzot, which would be multiple lands.
Kosot. Kosot.
They're two beakers or whatever you call this thing. Cups.
Ohalim. Ohalim.
The tents,
Batim. Batim.
the two houses,
Aratzot. Aratzot.
oh no, there you go. There's the map thing.
Mm-hmm.
Can you up the sound a little bit or not?
That's the maximum because the male voice is recorded at a higher decibel, and then Beth's voice is a lot lower. I'm not able to turn that one up, unfortunately. That one's kind of
Okay.
a hard one. Sorry.
I put closed caption on, so maybe that will help me.
Yep. All right. So all of these are going to be asking Zahar o Nekeva. So
Masculine or feminine?
Yep. And so we see down below there's if you want to hear that, or it's written out here. So
Nekeva. Zachar.
so I'm just going to ask that rather than push play every single time. So is this Zahar o Nekeva?
The heart.
Zahar, masculine. Maze, Zahar o Nekeva?
Nikiba.
Nekeva. Tov. Zahar o Nekeva?
Nekeva.
Nekeva. Tov. Zahar o Nekeva?
Zachar.
Zahar. Kos. Zahar o Nekeva?
Nekeva.
Kosot, ot,
Oh, that's feminine.
Nekeva. Bait. Zahar o Nekeva?
Zachar.
Batim. Batim.
So that's the heart, right?
Zahar. Eyes. Eyes.
Also, that's feminine.
Mhm. Nekeva. It's one of those exceptions, right?
Yeah.
Ochel. Ochel. Ohalim.
Oh, that's masculine.
Zahar.
Equals always masculine.
Eretz. Eretz. Aratzot.
Yeah.
Feminine.
Feminine.
Nekeva. Sus. Sus. Susim.
See, so it's masculine.
Zahar. Hamor. Zahar או נקבה?
Zahar.
Zahar. Good job. I always find this one
Together
a
we
little
can
bit
do it.
hard. What was that?
As said together, we can do it.
Yep. So Eretz, Aratzot is a little bit difficult in some of the pictures. When I first went through these lessons, I thought what I was taking from it was that it meant land or field. And so like with this one, it has like multiple fields in it. And so I thought like this would be Aratzot versus Eretz. But there's a different word for field. So when we're talking about land, we're talking strictly about how we would use land in English. So there's the land, like actual like earth, dirt, or there is lands in the plural, foreign lands kind of a thing. So that's one thing to be careful of as we're going forward. Land and field are different. All right, let's do the next one.
סוס קטון וסוס גדול. סוס קטון וסוס גדול.
Horses. The big horse and the small.
איש ועזים. איש ועזים.
Each.
This one's a little tricky because you can barely see the guy. He's at the very back of the crowd.
איש ועזים.
Oh,
Ish
yeah, this,
v'oizim.
yeah. Okay.
נערה קטנה וסוס קטון. נערה קטנה וסוס קטון.
The girl on the horse.
Mhm.
נערה קטנה וסוס קטון.
Yeah, because
Oh,
this
didn't
would be like a donkey, right?
No, that's a horse, a small horse.
This one's a small horse.
Yeah, horse katon.
איש ובית,
Oh,
בית ואיש.
Yeah, sometimes I have a hard time with pictures because I don't know what's a horse and what's a donkey.
איש ובית, בית ואיש. איש ובית, בית ואיש.
The man in the red coat on the left, on the bottom.
Nope, that would be
Man,
ohel.
yeah, the house, the man in the doorway.
Uh-huh. And bite.
Oh,
איש ובית, בית ואיש.
oh,
נערה וכוס, כוס ונערה. נערה וכוס,
The
כוס
girl with the cup.
ונערה. אישה ואוהל. אישה
There's the one
ואוהל.
with the tent.
oh.
נער וגמל. נער וגמל.
The
Cow.
cat.
There with a camel.
Isn't that a funny picture?
איש וכבש.
Chris-
כבש ואיש. איש וכבש. כבש
Oh,
ואיש.
the man with sheep.
פרה גדולה ופרה קטנה.
Couch.
פרה גדולה ופרה קטנה.
Big cow. Small cow.
איש וכבשים. איש וכבשים.
The man herding the sheep.
Christopher.
עז גדולה
Oh, good.
ועזים קטנות. עז גדולה ועזים קטנות.
The goats.
נערה ועז. נערה ועז.
Girl.
The woman with on the left.
נערה וסוס. נערה
This
וסוס.
horse, the girl on the horse.
Horse. Yeah.
נער וחמור.
It's the
נער
donkey.
What? I go
וחמור.
with donkey.
Yeah.
Going on the donkey.
Yep, and I got one wrong. Darn it. I forgot what was a donkey and what was a horse.
Now that's a donkey, I think.
All right. So let's take a look at our flashcards. Where are we at? Aleph with Beth, lesson 2, grammar. So it took me a long time, sorry, but I finally got all of the audio on these flashcards. So
No worries. Thank
let's see if we can do a few of these. And would you like to do them in order first so that they're easier? We'd like group like ones together, or do you want like a random shuffle?
Now, which one is that? Which one is that? Because I can't see it very well.
Yeah, let's see. So let me
It's
try to
very
zoom
small.
in. Let me get my trackpad so I can actually zoom easier. Okay. So haparot ha'ele katanim.
Something is small.
Oh,
These-
sorry. I pronounced that first one wrong. I was looking at one thing and look at the other. Haparim ha'ele katanim.
I think it is bulls. The bulls are small.
Close. So this right here, ha'ele, means these. So these bulls are small.
Oh.
Haparim ha'ele katanim. Ele hagamalim hakatanim. Ele hagamalim hakatanim.
These
So we're
these, these camels are small.
nope. So this one is going to have an implied R. It says these are ele. These are the
Camels are small.
small camels. These are the small camels.
Oh yeah, that's the backwards one.
Yep. Ele hagamalim hakatanim. Na'arim katanim.
Little boys.
Mhm.
Small.
Hanashim hakatanot. Hanashim hakatanot.
Big girls.
So katanot, it would be small.
It's Nashim women.
Nashim is women.
Sorry.
So the small women.
Oh yeah, ha.
Nashim. So how would we make this first word into men versus women?
And na'ari.
We would Ha'anashim. So this one, Nashim, is women, but if we wanted to say men, we would say Anashim. So Ha-Nashim, Ha'anashim is the difference there. And then we've got Katanot to talk about the small. So the small women. So like pop quiz for the movie Little Women. That's what it would be called. Ele haparot hagadolot. Ele haparot hagadolot. Ele means that these are
These are the
so this one's going to be an adjective and then the noun. Ele haparot hagadolot. These
cows. These cows are big.
close. So these are the big cows.
Oh, yeah.
These are the big cows. We're doing it just kind of we're scrambling it. These are the big cows. Kevasim katanim. Kevasim katanim.
As small sheep.
Small sheep. Ele hakevasim hakatanim. Ele
Small. These are the small sheep.
Yep. These are the small sheep.
I got it right. Oh,
Yep.
what do you know?
Ele hakevasim hakatanim. So anytime that we're starting with ele, it's the beginning of a sentence saying these are, and then we're breaking it down into something that we know. So if we just removed ele, hakevasim hakatanim means the small sheep. These are the small sheep. Hamorim katanim. Morim katanim. We got
Small
the small-
donkey.
Ele ha'anashim hakatanim. Ele ha'anashim hakatanim.
The small.
So how would we translate ele?
These are
These are
These are
the small.
the small
Small.
Men.
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 These are the small men. Ele ha'anashim hakatanim. So if we had a group of objects there on the table, all of the little toys, and we were trying to point at different ones, we would point at this group and say, Ele ha'anashim hakatanim. These are the small men.
Dwarfs.
I really need to invest in all the little toys so that I can like hold them up and stuff too. Ele hanashim hakatanot. This is good to have this one just back to back with the last one. Ele hanashim hakatanot.
Girls. Big girls. No.
Small women.
Girls.
Big
These
small
are
women.
small.
These are the small women.
Women. Oh, not girls.
So what would be the difference between women and girls? This one.
I know the difference, but
Na'arot.
no.
We would say ele hana'arot hakatanot if we were saying the small young women, the small girls. This one, nashim, especially where we have a masculine ending and a feminine ending here, we know that it's an adult. That's one thing that I try to take a look out for. If they're both ot at the end, then it's usually going to be that the girls, right? Hanashim hakatanot. We're talking about adults. These are the small women. הגמלים הקטנים. הגמלים הקטנים.
That's the camels. Small camels.
Uh-huh. And so
The
they
small
both have the
camel.
article, so the small camels. הגמלים הקטנים. אלה האויזים הגדולות. אלה האויזים הגדולות.
The big sheep. No.
Goats.
No, goats.
Mhm.
I have to get the sheep from the goats. Huh?
Yeah. אלה האויזים הגדולות. Yeah, these are the big goats. And again, this is supposed to be hard. Like this is
Well,
we
yeah.
wouldn't expect to be doing the grammar so soon, but we're just kind of introducing ourselves to it. So if you're a little bit lost or anything, no worries. I say that for anybody watching the recording afterward. It totally fine if this is kind of a foreign concept. We're just kind of getting practice with it.
That's foreigner, right?
Yep. הגמלים קטנים. So this one, the article is only in front of the noun. הגמלים קטנים.
The camels are small.
Mhm.
Small camels. Yeah.
The camels are small. So hopefully we're kind of seeing that a little bit here. When this has the article, but this one does not, the adjective does not have the article, then we have that implied R in the middle. But if they both have the article ha in front of it, then it is the adjective noun. Camels are small. האנשים הגדולים. האנשים הגדולים.
The big man.
The big men. אלה הכבשים הגדולים.
These are camels. Big. These camels are big.
No. So these
These
are
Oh, these are the big camels.
Big sheep. You're close.
big sheep.
Oh,
כבשים.
pardon me.
These are the big sheep.
I get the
Ele.
animal mixed up.
Yep, from one flashcard to the next.
Hmm.
אלה הכבשים הגדולים. החמורים הקטנים. החמורים הקטנים.
The donkeys.
Yeah, the donkeys are
No. No, they both have ha. So what is it? If they both have ha.
I can't remember.
The small.
the small donkeys.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So if they both have a ha, then the adjective moves in front of the noun.
Yeah, she got it right.
So
Ha-ha.
yeah, there won't be any is or are if they both have the ha.
Uh-huh. Aha.
Ha.
נערות קטנות. נערות קטנות.
The girls are small.
So this one doesn't have an article on either one of them. So this one
Oh, good.
isn't necessarily a sentence. This is just a noun and an adjective.
Small.
נערות קטנות. Small girls. נערות קטנות. Hasusim hagadolim.
Horses.
So they
Uh-oh,
both have the
there was
article.
ha-ha. The horses are big, or
No
No.
R.
no, I did it wrong.
Try
Yeah.
you'll get it. No R. The
The big
Big
horse.
horses.
yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep. If they both have an article, then the adjective moves in front of the noun. Hasusim hagadolim, the big horses.
Well, at least I get the words a little bit in.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you're doing great.
Yeah, that's what you said. But don't-
you really are. Most people take a full year just to get to this point. Hagamalim, hagadolim. Hagamalim, hagadolim.
The big camel.
Good
Yeah.
job.
Camels. Camels. Oh,
Hanashim, katanot. Now this one's just the opposite. There's only one article, right?
the big.
So you're gonna
Yeah.
if there's no article here, we're gonna keep the same order, and so there's gonna be an R in the middle.
Oh, yeah. And then big.
Hanashim. So Nashim is one of the exceptions. So this one is women. Hanashim katanot.
Small women.
Nope, there's going to be an R in the middle.
This
The women
are
are
small.
Are
small. Yep. The women
Yeah,
are
but it's
small. So if it has an article here, the adjective goes in front. And if it doesn't have the article, it stays there, but it puts an is or an R, depending on if it's plural or not.
Hmm.
Hakevasim gedolim. Hakevasim gedolim. So are they going to stay in the same spot, or are they going to reverse?
you stay in the same spot.
Uh-huh, correct.
The
And so if they
sheep-
stay in the same spot, there's going to be an implied verb there, right?
The sheep are big.
Uh-huh. Yep, the sheep are big.
Don't ask me again tomorrow, because then I have lost it.
Oh, and then here we go into super drive. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's try it.
Oh, now this is the one that's totally backwards, eh?
Yep. this one's crazy. And yeah, anyway. Haparot, hagadolot, haele. So all three of these have a article in front of it, right? So let's just do the words. What is this word? Haparot.
The cows.
Uh-huh. And then what is hagadolot?
Big.
Uh-huh. And what is haele?
It's these are.
These are the big cows.
Uh-huh. These
No,
big cows.
no R.
Oh, just not
These-
our. Oh, sure.
Yeah. If
Yep.
the LA has a ha, then it's just these big cows.
These.
Yep. These big cows. Like I said, that one's tricky.
Yeah, I know it was backwards. I got that much.
So this one is just the opposite of what we just did. So look at the articles. We've got one article here, but no article here. So this word, what is this word right here? Katanot.
Katanot. So it's feminine.
It's feminine and it's an adjective, right? It says
Small.
small. Yep. Okay, so that one's going to stay put because this one doesn't have an article, but these two do, and so it stays at the end of the sentence. Hana'arot ha'ele. So let's just ignore that katanot for a second and just do these ones. Let's figure out their order here. If we were saying hana'arot ha'ele, what would that be? They both have an article, and so this word ha'ele is going to move in front.
So these are.
These
No.
are
No.
If it moves, it doesn't have the R.
Oh, good night.
these.
I'll never get this.
You will. You're doing good.
Dear.
I'm glad I'm not the only one struggling.
So we're gonna say
These women are small. No, these men. Wait a minute.
na'arot.
And that's women.
Close. It's girls.
Girls.
Mhm.
These girls are small.
Except it's. Oh. I thought you said it wasn't these when it's.
Yeah,
I'm so-
these is at the end, wasn't it?
Yes. So I could see how mine was a little confusing. There is an implied R over here, but if we were ignoring the katanot and just doing the hana'arot ha'ele, there isn't an implied R in that part of the sentence. I should have phrased that differently. So hana'arot ha'ele would be these girls. And then
Okay.
there is an implied R, small. Okay, this one's a little bit easier. So both of them have the article. So if this adjective has the article, does it move or no?
That's not hard.
If it has the article, it moves in front. And if it moves, it doesn't have the R. So what is this word? Hakatanot.
It's small
So the small
and small.
haparot.
Okay.
Haparot hakatanot. The small cows. Okay, so let's so this one is the flashcards for lesson 2 grammar. That's one thing that I would do for homework is practicing up on those. But let's watch lesson 3B. So this one is just kind of listening to Beth reiterate a lot of the same concepts that we've done. But any questions with anything that we've talked about today, or what would be best of service to you guys? Would you
Well,
guys like
probably-
any? Sorry,
and
what was that?
You said we would be, so.
Yep. It's
Yeah,
okay to
I'm
be
doing a good
overwhelmed.
job. I can get confused really easily.
Yep, it is pretty tricky. And so we're having a lot of things where nouns and adjectives are swapping places, and now we're doing some conjunctions in there. It gets a little tricky, but I promise it does come in time. Seriously, by the end of like lesson 12, you'll be going, oh, lesson 1 and 2, like why was I getting caught up into it too much?
So that's what you think, huh?
Yep, it'll start
you'll do
becoming
that.
natural by that time, at least the
Ah.
beginning principles of it.
I even have problems writing things down at, I switch back between Dutch and English just to get it what I'm trying to do, because sounds are different, and so I try to write the sound in Dutch and then how you guys do it. So quite often, like the word Shuruk, I would do SJ
Uh-huh.
and then and then an E and then ROEK, because otherwise I don't know how to pronounce it.
Uh-huh.
So
Do that. Good
Yeah.
and
idea.
then
It helps
then
know
you
the
guys
sounds.
write it, and then I'm totally lost. Then I think, oh, what was that? How do I pronounce that one?
Mhm.
Yep.
Hmm.
But yeah, so we'll probably stay in lessons 1, 2, and 3 for a little bit, just to kind of get some
Okay.
footings and get some practice with it. But it'll be really fun once, let's see, where does it first start? Lesson 7. So lesson 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I mean, there's quite a few there where they're going through and teaching us the alphabet, but we've already learned that part. And so if we can just get through these first like 6, those are the really tricky ones. And then you have like 5 videos, 5 lessons where it'll be pretty easy because we've already put in a lot of the groundwork, and you'll really start feeling a lot of accomplishment. By the time we hit lesson 12, oh man, that first part was hard. The second part was easy, but it's a little tricky. That's why I want to stay with lessons 1 through 3 for a few weeks, and just make sure that we're getting some of those principles.
Thank you for your optimism.
Yep, it's totally doable. It's a little bit hard at the first. But again, I encourage anyone, if you're feeling comfortable with what you've got going on right now, feel free to jump ahead, watch some other videos and things. As far as in class will be,
They're
I'm
really
guessing
fun.
probably 2 more weeks here in lessons 1, 2, and 3, and just kind of doing lots of review and things. But yeah, if you have any questions in the meantime, things that are just really confusing for you, the lesson scripts and the grammar lessons that are there on Learning Zion will be very helpful, just to kind of review those. And both of those are available in Spanish on the website. For you, if you want to read the grammar lessons in Spanish, that might be helpful.
No, thank you.
Yeah, not for you. I don't know. They might have them in Dutch. Who knows?
It would be easier because, then I only have to go from one language to another. Now I have to go 1, 2, 3,
Uh-huh.
and back. And so I get lost a lot.
Let's look real quick. So on Learning Zion, just really quick, one way to get there. So the Hebrew study group, and then if we scroll down to Aleph with Beth, just underneath the lesson script and the grammar videos, there's a link for all of the resources. If we click on that, let's take a look and see if the grammar, oh, it doesn't look like it. So these are the languages that the grammar is available in currently. They're always looking for people to help transcribe those into other foreign languages. So we've got English and Spanish, Portuguese, French, Italian, Russian, Chinese, Korean, Hindi, Indonesian, Japanese, Urdu, and Khmer. The quizzes are just in English and Spanish so far, and then the Hebrew scripts are just in Hebrew. But yeah, so we're out of luck on the Dutch, unfortunately.
Yeah, I take it that much. Most of the time I'm out of luck.
Yeah. Darn it. All right.
Cameron, so if we're still on lesson 1, 2, and 3,
Mhm.
I started from the beginning with lesson 1 and did lesson 2. Where are these videos going?
Yeah, let me do that real quick again. So I really wish I would have named these differently because I'm dumb. So on
I'm sorry, did you go over this at the beginning?
Oh, no. It's just
Okay.
I'm just dumb at organizing this. So technically, when I've got a BBH, Beginning Biblical Hebrew,
Mhm.
lesson 1, we spent 10 weeks just doing the alphabet. So that Beginning Biblical Hebrew, there's a lesson 1 through 10, but then
Mhm.
I'm differentiating it with this Aleph with Beth. So
Okay.
Aleph with Beth, lesson 1, 2, and 3 is what we're focusing on right now. If you ever want to go back
Okay.
and look at any of those original alphabet lessons, you can do that, but they're kind of sparse because, yeah, I got busy and we didn't have enough worksheets, and yeah, it's not the best.
Okay, so that's what I did. It was lesson 1 and 2. So I'll do 3 and just
Uh,
continue with that. And then,
yeah, so
okay.
there's the lesson video, and then there's the 2 quizzes, which are just kind of like those flashcards from Aleph with Beth. And then these flashcards are all the ones that I have that are on Quizlet. And then the script and the grammar lesson. And then any of our recordings that we do as a class are going to be down here below in class session
Okay.
recordings. And then, like, for example, lesson 2, we have quite a bit more down here. So there's the review video, there's the, we just didn't have time today, but there's the Prophet Noah song and the Naphtali book that we're currently reading and stuff. These are kind of like our bedtime stories that we're doing, trying to get used to. There's a lot of more advanced grammar principles in those, but kind of on a lower level so that we can kind of get used to some of those and everything. We'll usually do one of those each class time. But anyway, there's those in lesson 2. Lesson 3 has just kind of the basics, the video, lesson scripts and stuff. And then I'll post the today's session just right here.
Okay. And then we're going to be doing lessons 1, 2, and 3. Where you just add those to Aleph and Beth?
Yeah. And so
Like the next 2 weeks?
yeah, the next 2 weeks are all going to be, I'll put all of the videos and materials inside of lesson 3. We're basically just going
Okay.
to be doing reviews. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yep. So next week, we'll actually read the grammar lesson from lesson 3. I kind of introduced it today, but we'll actually read it together and try to make sense of it. And then we'll do our flashcards and just kind of lots of practice together.
Now, I noticed that on lesson 3, the flashcards that are on the right are 871 it's flashcards.
Yep. So the flashcards that I do are all of the possible combinations that you could have with all of the nouns that we've learned so far. So I think that I'll stop doing that after lesson 3, because the first one was what, there was like 20 flashcards, and then lesson 2, all of the possibilities, it ends up being oh, what was it? It's in the 80s somewhere. And then by lesson 3, we have 870 possibilities. And so, yeah, it gets a little bit much. But anyway, you don't have to do all of the flashcards, but it gives you enough. If you do want extra practice, and really it has all of the different possibilities, all the combinations. So every single noun with a conjunction with every other noun that's possible that we've learned so far. And so there's 870 some odd combinations of those. So you can kind of quiz yourself on any of them.
And you have nothing to do.
Yep, that's why I said I do my flashcards every single day, and I usually probably try to work through like 20 to 30 of them. But it always makes it so that there's lots of random possibilities, and so it keeps me on my toes, and lots of good stuff to cycle through.
Yeah, I was told if you don't do Hebrew 2 hours each day, then you lose it.
I believe it. That's why I'm losing it all the time. But yeah, who has that kind of time?
Well, Cameron, if you want to take a break, we went and saw the movie After Death that Angel Studios did about near-death experiences.
Oh,
and how they
interesting.
scientifically looked at the really good movie.
Huh, interesting.
I know you haven't been to movies in a very long time.
I haven't, no. I've never even heard of that one yet.
It was really, really good.
I love it.
It was
Yeah.
kind of a documentary.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's so interesting. I'll have to look that up.
I wish I could go to movies.
Well, you can look on YouTube. They did an interview with the writer and the director or producer did an interview with the people that were in the movie.
So
So you
is
can
it
watch.
like a trailer?